Oh hey, as you probably don't know because I suck at vlogging, I made a boo-boo. And I may have completely blown apart the engine in Loki. So...
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I was waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all.
Son of a gun! Would you just look at that view? Headed back to camp. Just checked out that cabin. That was pretty nifty. So, it's officially dinner time. Gonna go and cook me up some pasta. It's gonna be delicious. And if a fish decides to bite my line just as I'm cooking dinner, well, he's going in the pan. Yeah, he is. Oh, just look at it one more time. Woo! Damn, this is where I live. I'd been trying to get to this particular lake all spring. I just kept getting turned around by snow. I'd hit it as fast as I possibly could, and I'd sink. I'd try crawling, I'd sink. It was that terrible spring melt that just eats you. And of course, when you're traveling by yourself, you gotta kind of play it safe. Even though I love using my winch and technically getting super stuck. Remember that time I got stuck in a mud pit for 5 hours? That was a great time. Anyways, back on track. As you can see, even this trip, there was still snow that actually stopped me from going exactly where I wanted to go. But the place I found, well, I think it was pretty perfect. Yeah, tortellini. You didn't know that was camping food? Well, now you do. I guess you would call this the beginning of the end. I noticed I was getting a little hot, so I pulled over, let it cool down, and thought, oh, it'll be good. Oh, it wasn't good. So I let it cool down again, filled up some fluids. It still was not good. It was not good at all. So I got it to pavement, got her back to the shop, and yeah. So I did the only sensible thing, and I went and bought another Jeep with a 4-liter in it. And immediately started cutting it apart, because that's just what you do. So I knew I only had a few more weeks before fire season kicked in, and I could spend it installing this engine, or I could take the 5.9 liter ZJ out with its 400,000 kilometers, and I mean, really, what could go wrong there? So 2 o'clock in the morning, this legend comes out and says we can crash at his property instead of the Lordco parking lot like I suggested. My buddy Daryl comes out with a hub and some lugs. My buddy Tyler comes out with an impact. I'm back on the road. We're going to eat bacon in the rain. It was about that time Adventure Cam got himself an adventure bike and said, "Hey, want to take it for a spin?" It was a lot of fun ripping that thing around, and he said, "Hey, you want to go camping?" And I was like, "How are you gonna go camping on a bike?" And he said,
And then your parents are like, I'm chilling here.
"Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
Went and killed the battery last night. Yet again, gonna use the Speed Demon jumper pack. Fire up the big old 5.9 liter. Minty. Let's proceed. Alright, beyond this point, there's no more off-roading. I know your time is valuable, maybe you want to be other places, so you could leave now, and just hit that like button on the way out. But if you're into the bluest water you've ever seen, waterfalls, and some hiking adventures, well, stick around, I got a couple more minutes. Pretty cool to see it still frozen. Never seen that before. That was frozen, that word that I just tried to say. It's frozen. But last time I was here, it was just had a couple icebergs in it. So it does live up to its name of Iceberg Lake. And it is blue AF. People often ask me the difficulties of these hikes, and I never really know how to answer. I'm over here like, you need good footing, you should take a day pack at least with, plenty of supplies, because you never really know. And then there's my girlfriend who crushed it with a bag of nuts, oranges in her Vans. So, it's up to your skill level, really. It's really up to your skill level.
If you fall, I'll fall with you.
We decided to make this a multi-day hike, and we camped beside a river in a ground tent, like heathens.
See, it's the backpack that makes it hard. So here we go.
Woo! We were starting to run out of new places to explore on Vancouver Island, so we hopped on a ferry and we headed to one of the Gulf Islands for more exploration. After seeing how many little islands were so close, we decided we needed a kayak and we needed to go explore more.
That's so cool.
Super cool, highly recommend it, but back on a ferry and we're headed to the big city.
Oh, so I'm in the big city with the Niner, and what is going on back here? That looks familiar. It's Unwinding Roads. Looking at this setup, I gotta say, do you even overland? You do, you do. I'm digging the new rack, although I did appreciate your custom 2x4 rack. This'll do. Oh, the Epic Adventure Outfitters. That's where I should be stopping. Dirty and dangerous. So, unfortunately, Teddy is busy, it seems, so I'm just hanging out with his Jeep because I'm in town and that never happens. So, we'll see you another time.